See that one coming. Come one, come out, cause we finna drop some jewels. It been a minute. Finna show you how that mad be mad. Come on in here. I ain't announced nothing. I ain't post nothing. I ain't said nothing on no social media platform. Going live. We finna do some normal, and we finna make some folks think, change their perspective about some stuff, and get to looking at some way where they get that shit together, keep that shit together. Cause as you can see, all dirty, little head set, little boots over there. I ain't want to track it up. 'Cause I'm working. See, that what they don't know. Still rocking and rolling, baby. Still doing that thing. Still putting that one in the big hole and coming down through there like a cattle hole. Whoa, shoe man. What's up, brother? Exquisite. What's up? We gonna talk about some stuff. You can see the thumbnails. It's nice. That piece still percolating. That cat still pulling like a crane man still dropping, still moving. Caterpillar still producing equipment and they steady calling. It's like the longest dryer alarm ever. But anyway, man, it's good to see y'all. First of all, I appreciate y'all coming. Holler at me. But we finna talk some. We're gonna do some numbers. I kind of pre-did some stuff, but we finna talk. I'm gonna show y'all how the train keep rolling, the way it keep rolling. And like I told y'all a long time ago, this stuff do this. The business right here do this right here, up and down ways. I did my little tax and stuff. It do this right here, but your job is to do this. And when they go here, your job is to go. Whoa, 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 nope, nope. No, nope, 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 no, no. Keep it going. That's your job. So I'm here to come drop a few nuggets. If you would, give me a thumbs up and click this share button, man. Push it all up out there because it's a whole lot of people that ain't here right now. But be that as it may, you know what I'm saying? I'm still gonna drop the knowledge on some people that might be running right now, and it might be a frenzy on them to figure out how they make this stuff really work and how they can kind of tame it and look at it, and And I'm gonna say this: it's even some people that look at it a whole different way because of the influence of others via the truck stop, maybe via the internet, maybe social media, Instagram, YouTube. This is a good place to come get information, but it's also a great place to come get misled. And I've been speaking up on that since forever. We're not gonna go there. We're gonna talk about the math and how to make the math be mathing. You know what I'm saying? And a balance because like a lot of people run. And I'm gonna give an introduction. I'm gonna say this. Hi, my name is Jonathan. If you're new to the channel, this is the HotShot Haven. The purpose of this channel, when I originally made the channel, and still to this day, is for people in trucking, preferably high shot trucking, non-CDL, CDL. As you move along in the journey with me, you see we procured big trucks as you should and moved on into, step dig work, which is like a larger high shot, with ramps and stuff. We started doing bigger and stuff, bigger, heavier equipment. And then we moved into some freight and we moved some steel and some general freight. Then we moved them suicide cars that'll kill you. You know what I'm saying? They ain't showing no love to nobody. And, we do this at a very, very consistent rate. And, the Lord have blessed me beyond measure with their business. And through him and only him, I have driven successfully over 1.2 million miles since I started in 2018. And some people think that's a bold statement and a lie, but it's not. A lot of y'all been here through it all. And y'all know that, especially when I was non-CDL and I was really, really reading. Like right now, I'm an encyclopedia at the truck shit. But at the same time, when I was really cutting my teeth at this stuff, it was like absolutely nowhere I would not drive because of what I'm finna talk about right now. I had the wrong understanding. I had the right drive. I had the right hustle. I had the right mentality for the shit because I was willing to drive from Mississippi to Canada for no reason at all, except the number was big enough in my mind. And diesel at the time was $1 and something, almost $2. So it was relatively cheap. So let me stop shaking. All right. So by diesel being relatively cheap at the time, story time, kid. By these being relatively cheap at the time, I felt no problem with my auxiliary tank on my non-CDL high shot, which was very fuel efficient with stick shift in the Dodge Cummins. I could drive anywhere and still see a profit. It really wasn't too much thinking involved until I realized after about maybe a month of doing it that if I could divide my trailer up and add two loads together, and this way back in 2018, two loads together, I could, double my pleasure. I could come up there and make twice as much money and do it a strategic way. Okay, I realized that. But what I didn't realize, because diesel was so cheap and I took that for granted at the time, was was that, you know, there's a point where there's a what I call a law of diminishing returns, where yeah, OG Hercules right out there in the driveway. But okay, now there's a point of diminished return. And anybody that done over the road, CDL, non-CDL high shot, big truck drive, small truck drive, flatbed driving, any kind of box truck, any kind of stuff where you gotta drive long distances. I'm talking about like a couple thousand miles, long distances. You realize after a while, unless it's paying really good, that it comes a point where you realize you can't drive all the miles. You can't make all the money. Like the equipment is made of steel, but your body ain't. You could cheat the clock a million times in a million ways and make $1 million, but eventually it's gonna catch up with your body, and it probably gonna catch up with your FMCSA safety scope. Probably, more than likely it will. Okay, so I was under the impression of let's get on this load board, as a lot of people are. Let's get on this load board. I'm gonna find the load. I'm just gonna put from my house within my 200-mile radius, and I'm gonna find a load going anywhere in America that pays a large sum of money. And I'm gonna just give y'all a little flashback that in 2018, the market was pretty much like it is right now, where drive-ins were chasing like $2. They were really trying to get that on the spot market. They were trying to get that, and you know, uh, flatbeds were running 250, 280, if I'm not mistaken, from back then, because I was heavy on research and marketing and all type of stuff, because I was contemplating going up into an 18 wheeler. So I was looking at where I was kind of headed. So I was kind of doing a whole lot of market research at the time about it. And I realized a few things about what I was doing. Um, that would be counterproductive if I moved into a semi, because I would no longer be getting the benefit of getting like almost 14 miles to the gallon in that Dodge. Ooh, wheels, awesome. Like almost 14 miles to the gallon in that Dodge. Um, and being able to just kind of maneuver a whole lot less better, but having a sleeper berth and having to adhere to more stringent rules, because as you know, in non-CDL high shot, man, it just is what it is. You're able to sneak around a little bit. I'm sorry, man. It just is what it is. It's a regular looking truck, especially the one I had. It looked like a little 1500. My 28-foot gooseneck, it looked very amateur hour, to the point where like I don't know if it even set off the scales when you come across the little thing on the highway. I don't know. My shit was rinky dink and it worked. Hey, I said it was rinky dink It was bullshit, but it worked and it was solid. It was reliable. It made money, and I'm not gonna speak down on it. But in like hindsight, looking back, like it was very rinky dink. It was. It really was. So to God be the glory for coming up with better and being able to do better. But this is what I learned about that. I would set forth to drive to Washington State. Let's just say I go to Fife, Washington. I remember vividly. I went to Fife, Washington one time and delivered something at a very, very, very secure facility in Fife, Washington. Okay. I think the Air Force owns it. So I realized because I was playing the organ at a church at the time. You know what I'm saying? That I got to be back by Sunday, and that in order to do that, I kind of need to get the load that's going up there on the Friday before, and also packed the trailer coming through places like Dallas and Shreveport and Amarillo on the way to make that turn up 287. You know what I'm saying? And pack the trailer going up through Denver and drop some off on the way going through Denver, probably day two or day three of the trip, and pick up something else in Denver, drop it off in Utah, because that's the natural progression of freight to go that way. And this is a tip right here. If you ever going that way, you need to have your route pre-planned far as your load coming back down, because the natural progression of freight to push freight is in a northwesterly direction. So as you come out of Texas, freight pushes go this way northwesterly up to that corner, and you'll notice that freight don't want to go that way, so they'll pay you a little money because freight don't want to go from down here where it's nice it to up there. And by what I mean freight is trucks, us on operate people that they getting to do the rest of the loads. They don't want to go that way, so they pay a little bit. But coming down, it's like refuge. So to get refuge, they're gonna treat you like a dog. So you need to have all that stuff done already if you're going over in that corner. But what you realize is it's a lot of days that go unused, wasted, and then if everything doesn't quite work out quite right, you may be stuck somewhere you don't want to be over a weekend at a truck stop. You know what I'm saying? Basically taking showers and eating DoorDash and doing stuff like that when you could have been probably at home with your family chilling or something. So this is what I came to talk about today. Is the correlation between rate per day and rate per mile and expense, and trying to find the balance of that. And like I say, this ain't action packed type thing, but this is one of the videos that, just like many others, is intended to help somebody change their perspective about how they looking at what's going on. And also, I want to say this too: if you having difficulties, I still do 1 hour consultations. They are available. Cash App $ JBUTLER 357 on Cash App. They're $100. But at the same time, this ain't about that. This is about the fact that when you start dealing with transportation and you start dealing with trucking, one of the biggest decisions that you have to make. And sometimes you'll through the process of building a fleet or having multiple trucks, you'll be able to do multiple things. But usually you want to try and figure out if you're gonna have a high shot, if you're gonna have a truck, if you're gonna have something like that, you're gonna have a customer, you're gonna have to establish what you're gonna be in your niche. Are you gonna be a long haul, short haul, and you know, what does that do versus what you make versus what you take home versus what it costs you? You know what I'm saying? And one of the biggest mistakes that people will make is going for a lot of miles for not such a good rate per mile, but when they drop off, the payday is significant. So I'm gonna give you an example. Like, let's just say you got a load that goes once again from Mississippi to, let's just say, Washington State. And if you run this load as you should per FMCSA guidelines and as you should, by the clock, it's gonna approximately take you about 4 days to get there, 3.5, 4 days. So it's safe to say that this trip, round trip to get you from up there to back home with the load, loaded, however you're gonna do it, is a 7 to 8 day turnaround. Okay. So the first thing that comes in my mind when I hear anything about something that's going that far is how easy is it to get freight out of the area it's going to? I don't even care where what it's paying to go there. I want to know what generally does it pay to come out of there, because you sacrifice a lot of your profit on the back haul, and I hate that word, because I often tell people, and I'm gonna continue to say this, y'all please stop. If the broker isn't savvy enough to read through your file when he gets your MC number on the phone with you, and hey, how you're from wherever, and he's looking at that, and they don't go into your file looking, don't casually converse with these people and tell them where you're from and why you're looking for at their particular load, and you're trying to get home. Don't do that, because they put that in the category of backhaul. Oh, he's trying to get home. What does that mean, people? If he knows you're trying to get home, and it's, I'm talking like, let's just say you're in New Orleans picking up, and you live where I live, right in the middle of Mississippi, you trying to get home, and you tell the broker at 2 p.m. now at 12 noon on a Friday that you want to go pick up that load that you sitting 30 minutes away from, and it would be in his best interest. It's in his best interest for you to go get that load, because it's getting late on a Friday, and you probably the last person that he can get on that load and into the shipper to get loaded. It's in his bad injury. But what is he gonna do? He gonna see how bad you really want that load. Because it's late on a Friday, you told him you really trying to get home. And the key from dead heading home, he knows that since you told him that you greening the grass on the ground out there, so you just want fuel money. So now you're gonna probably drive from New Orleans, and in my case, with probably 40,000 pounds, 45,000 pounds, 48,000 pounds of something, those 200 miles for probably $450, because he knows that you're in a situation. And he's actually looking at the same load board you're looking at. He knows there are not any loads besides his to choose from, except maybe a couple of them. And once you get off the phone and decide to take it or not, probably not, being that he threw the 450 up there and you paused and actually thought about it, when you refresh the load board, it'll be up there for 450 for somebody else to call and take it. So it probably be gone in a few minutes. You wonder how them loads be leaving. You be like, who's taking it? Somebody. So stop doing this. Stop telling these folks. Stop giving these people ammunition to shoot back at you now. Stop that. If they don't have the savvy to look through your file and figure out where you from and where you put, because see, where you from has nothing to do with where you're going. Because you could have a driver that's from anywhere, and your home office could be anywhere. If you don't tell them, they will never know. So, chill out. All right. So what we came to do the math, okay, and what we're looking at is rate per day versus rate per mile. And the first thing I want to say about that is, um, your rate per mile, no matter what the number is, it could be $1 a mile, $2 a mile, $3 a mile, $4 a mile, $5 a mile, is 100% predicated on what can be done in a 14-hour day as prescribed by the FLCSA. So right then and there, we're gonna start out by saying your rate per mile is gonna be dictated on the motion of the truck from point A to B. This don't include no sit time, no wait time, no inline time, no load time, no unload time, none of that. None of that. Your rate per mile that you get paid from these brokers don't got nothing to do with how long you sit there unless you go into detention. That's a whole nother video. But being that as it may, if you can't get out of a shipper until your clock is only down to its last 3 or 4 hours of the day, and that's all you can drive, and your drop is 8 hours away, what does that do? It costs you time and money. What does that also do? That very negatively affects your revenue per day. So we got a rate per mile and a revenue per day, a RPM and a RPD. Okay, okay. So your rate per day is not even what it's supposed to be because you just split that time in between 2 days. So with that train of thought, the most productive thing you could possibly do, like I always say, time over everything, is to maximize your earning potential of the time that you have in a day. Makes sense, right? Because sit still ain't gonna get you no money, right? Okay. So now you get to the point where it's like, okay, I'm not finna be running crazy miles because you gotta think about this also. When you think about a rate per mile and what you can get done in a day, there's a limitation that's 100% built in from the beginning. You got 14 hours, you got 11 hours to drive. You could probably drive 700 miles on the West Coast, doing some good, moving and grooving up through there, 700 plus. You got people that might argue they could do eight. I don't know nothing about that. I know you can do six, seven and some change, 770 in the comments. If you drive, what's the most miles you ever did on the clock? With 2 minutes left when you pulled in the parking spot and pressed off duty. Like what's the most miles you ever did in a day? But you know that is the equalizer because you're gonna have to get them 10 hours and go to sleep. So okay. So then it comes into consideration that, hey, okay, well, if I'm not if I'm not trying to burn up all the diesel every single day, I might not perhaps want to run from the start of my drive clock to the end of my drive clock every single day unless it's extremely profitable. In other words, I don't care if they paying you $4,000. It doesn't make sense to drive 3,500 miles to get it. Can anybody give me a thumbs up if that makes sense? I don't care if they pay $5,000. To drive 3,500 miles is insane to get that money. You hear me? And it's gonna cost you over a week because the average week is gonna be 2,500 to 3,200 miles. You talking about 3,500 miles? You probably had to do a reset. Probably, probably. So this goes into me making the point I'm trying to make now. If you can look at what it takes, this is the first thing you got to do. You got to look at what it takes to pay everything. This requires you to get an intimate knowledge of your budget and your bills. So it might take you sit down and your wife or your bookkeeper or whoever you need, sit down. And if it's you, sit down. Take a moment, figure out, and we're gonna do a number. We're just gonna say it take $12,000 to pay your truck note, and then with an 18 wheel or CDL high shot, some folk with a non CDL high shot, they got bad credit or they bought the most expensive non CDL crazy stuff they could buy and made their overhead high. But we're not here nor there. What we're gonna talk about is a person that with their business and they home, they personal, they kids, the tuition, all that shit together every single month. Let's just say we're gonna say it 12,000. All right, it's 12,000. Now, okay, so we know $12,000 will cover everything. If we make $12,001, we made a profit in 30 days. Okay, everybody get the concept. This is how business work, y'all. It is. It really is how business work. If it take $12,000 to make $12,001, you're successful. I don't know how successful, but you successful. Okay, okay, y'all count y'all wins. Now take y'all win. Everybody want to look at the L's. Now take your wins. If you made an extra dollar this month, it might not did everything you wanted to do, but you won. You won. You played the game. You should that you won. Okay. All right. So we at 12K a month. All right. Now check this out. In your mind, you're like, well, shoot, 12K a month. I could come out and I can make $5,000 a month, and that'll be, I mean, $5,000 a week, and that'll be 20K. We're gonna count 4 weeks. We're gonna count 4 weeks, okay? So that'll be 20K a month, $5,000. Or I could come out and make 4,000. I know another way. If I put this certain stuff over here, I can save a little money on expenses, but I make $4,000 a week, which gonna be 16K a month. But remember what I just said now, and I know y'all, yeah, y'all gotta give me a thumbs up and share this thing, man, because they kind of falling out. We gotta come on with this view. But it's the same thing, 'cause they real shit. It's gonna help, really help somebody. But okay, so back to what I said. Remember, our total expenses for the month is 12K. So we like, okay, I can make 20K a month, or I can make 16K a month. But to make 20K a month gonna cost me more to make 20K a month than it costs me to make 16K a month. But you want to know, is the difference between what you saving and what you making, your profit percentage, is it better making 20K a month costing yourself more, or is it better making 16K? Because remember what I said, a dollar past 12K, you made a profit. You won. Everybody got paid. You got paid. The house got everybody got paid. Everybody got money in their pocket. The business made $1 and the maintenance account cool and everything. But the business made $1 in profit though. Okay, you was good. So at this pace, you could like I could either make 8K in profit or I could make uh 4K in profit. But either way it go, I'm gonna make a profit. And either one of them is cool. We just gotta see which one gonna be better for us. Okay, watch. Check this out. Now this how you do it. Okay. Now let's just say you make $5,000 a week. And with food and your projected cost of maintenance and everything, it costs you 2 grand every week. That's your food bill, throwing some for maintenance and blase blase. This ain't you really paying yourself per se. You could say that, but we ain't gonna go into the technicality. We just gonna say it costs you 2K because we trying to do some round numbers. Okay. Now, all right. Now let's just say you could go and make 4K a week, but it only costs you 1,200 to make the 4K, but it costs you 2,000 to make the 5K. So immediately, a lot of people will be like, "Man, I'm gonna go ahead and spend the 2K to make the 5K," like that. Okay, so here we go. We're gonna show you how this maths out. Now we're gonna talk a little bit about the mileage. We're gonna keep it real simple. You ran 2,500 miles to make them $5,000, and you ran 2,000 miles to make them $4,000. But the difference is the 2,500 miles you ran to make the 5,000. It goes through the mountains and it take you way out of the way. And the $4,000, it's pretty much flat ground, so you burn a whole lot less diesel. You say like $800 a week on diesel. Okay, wait a minute. We ain't gonna make no decision just based on all the diesel, but we gonna do the math. Now check out the math on that. Now, if you think about what the profit percentage is, or what it costs you, I'm gonna say this: what it costs you to do that. It costs you $2,000 out of five. That's about 40%. It costs you about 40%. So you running around 60% on the upside of it. Okay. So you feel me? All right. Now check this out. Now it costs you about 37% to do the 1,200 of the 4,000. So right there, it's a little edge, but revenue, you gotta look at the total revenue and see what it actually does at the end of the month, because it's a month by month thing. So every week you do that progressively. So at the end of the month, it costs you 12K. I'm sorry, it costs you 8K to make 20K, right? Okay. And over here, it costs you only 4,800, but you only made 16K, right? Not real significant if you're not thinking really, really clearly. But if you look at it, if it costs you 4,800 out of 16K, can anybody in the comment do the math on that? And I know the number. Do 16K minus 4,800. Put the number in the comments, and we finna show you. We finna show everybody. That number would be $11,200. So $11,200. Okay. And on the $5,000, it would cost you 8K. So that would leave you with $12,000. This is on the this is on this is on the expense side. This is on the expense side, right? And we said the bills is roughly 12K. And doing it other way, you roughly about $800 off of 12K. But I'm gonna show you what you did. Check this out. It cost you 8K to make 20,000. It cost you 4,800 to make 16,000. But you ran 2,000 less miles. You burnt $3,200 less diesel. And you probably was at home 3 days, 4 days out of 7 like I be doing. And the difference at the end of the month when you do all of it together ain't but $800 on the expense on what you made. I'm just saying. I mean, if you could look at it, you do the math yourself. The difference ain't very substantial. Now people be like, "Well, look, though. Look, wait a minute. You did that. You did all that, and 11 and 12. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I did all that, but you gotta understand that's on the profit side. That's on the profit side. Everybody got paid. The $800 is what you sacrifice on the profit side to actually have a life and drive your truck. $800 a month. I'm gonna be here for a while. Lord say the same, man. People be wondering how this. Joy, we working on it. We're gonna work on it, man. I've been working a lot, y'all, but I'm working on something for y'all, just for y'all. It gonna be stuff like this, but it gonna be a little bit more in depth. This just cut the crust on a little something just to get your mind working in the direction that it need to be working. If you out here moving around and you chasing real big miles for real big numbers and all that, you might want to try and tighten it up a little bit because you gotta understand. The truck don't know how much you made per mile. It just know how many miles you made. That's for real. More mile, more made. And somebody said that in let me go down in here and say hey to everybody, man, and get ready to get up out here. That was my little drop, GM, drop. Carter, what's up, my brother? Same man, my own lane. Man, shoot, man, Junior, what's up, my dog? Exquisite, what's up, B Saunders? Hey, been a minute. Man, Carter, you ain't caught a lie because I ain't did a lie. It been a minute, man. I've been working, man. I've been trying to keep this shit under wrap too. It been a lot going on. I've been hooking up to all kind of trailers and doing all kind of stuff. I drop a little something in the Instagram every once in a while, but I'm gonna be honest with y'all, man. I've been keeping on the low call. Like we put something together to help a whole lot of people. This shit ain't for everybody. Just like, hey man, just like these people come on live and they know they're live for to help them, and they know it's for them. They gonna be the same people that know they did for to help them, and it's gonna be tangible, and it's gonna be. effective. But that's the whole thing about it. Like I've been chilling, but not cause I ain't been doing that, not cause I ain't been getting no money, not cause of none of this stuff. I just been chilling out on the video because I gave too much game to too many lanes. And they weren't no lame people. Um they just had some lame ass intentions. You know what I'm saying? I gave too much game to too many lanes. And this public, and I don't care who said what and this and that and the other. There's a lot of whatever in this trucking shit. It's some folk that ain't 100 about this trucking shit. But social media wise, it would seem such. Um, and like what I'm saying, it just rubbed me the wrong way when what I'm saying. People that don't do this be having so much influence on people that actually do this and that really got their families and their livelihood, their equipment, and their life involved with this stuff. So, like I said, I really had started chilling on the video, but I am gonna be making some serious content. And me and my brother from another mother at the good old land of Seattle, we gonna start us a podcast called Porch Talk. And we're gonna expose some stuff. We're gonna talk about some real life stuff. We're gonna do some stuff. We're gonna have some people on there from the industry that actually do this shit. Like they ain't no big old voices in there like that. They got plenty goddamn pull and they got some truck that do plenty pulling, different stuff, life stuff. I like throw a little life up in there, but yeah, man, I had pulled back about for them because I'm gonna say it like this, it's to help. But when people got the wrong intentions, man, and they able to influence others to follow them on their quest to be, what I'm saying, I ain't successful, I guess, at, what I'm saying, getting people to do something that they're not proficient at and charging them to basically run a truck in the ground and that ain't what this about, but at the same time I don't respect it. um and you can go check my number right now. I got more than one truck, but I got one truck on my number right now, and it ain't because I couldn't lease on more people. It ain't because I ain't got no work for them either. It really ain't. It's simple fact of the matter is, I want some more concrete stuff. I like to put my name behind real solid, 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 solid. So when the contract actually come out and they approve and stuff, then we get to add and this and that. I don't do stuff and and ahead like some folk, man. I don't know what to say, but at the same time, I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna leave it alone. There's a lot of things in business that that trump a lot of other things in business, but the ethics of business, the integrity that goes with business is one of them things that you can't underline enough. You can't highlight it enough. The intention beat the outcome. Write that down. Yeah. The intentions, a lot of time in life, you will see it beat the outcome. Cause like if you ain't intend to do right from the door, we know this ain't gonna work out. And and that's how we feel about it. It's like, but we know if you gave your all and you try hard and this shit don't work, then that's a whole nother different level of consideration. You really didn't try to do nothing maliciously. You know what I'm saying? So therefore, it should be structured as such, and until you can structure it as such where it's profitable for all parties involved and everybody got concrete stuff, because you gotta remember these some real people, real families and stuff. You don't do that. Why I'm still here? because the Lord be blessing me because I don't do that. It's certain stuff I don't do, and I will run all the miles before I jeopardize anything that look like somebody else shit. I like to be in jeopardy. If anybody will be in jeopardy about some shit I thought about doing and made up and brought from the ground up, it's gonna be me. And everything else is irrelevant. And if you don't have the wherewithal to understand that even though this is business, there's a high level of ethics that's involved, you shouldn't be doing it. If you can go get 29 people, 35 people to sign on your number and you don't even have a direct shipper, you should be ashamed. I don't care how many people you have working up under you in the office running every load board in America. If you don't have a direct shipper to at least get you out of your area and you can use the load board to come back in and you got multiple trucks on your number and them folks paying their own bills, you're not paying for their truck. We're gonna see how long you can keep the number going. That's all I say. Just be good at what you do. Yeah, I'm good at what I do. I know I can juggle five of them at one time with strictly just load boys. I don't need no direct customer, but everybody can't do that, man. Everybody ain't got the relationships and everybody ain't did that. I done ran over 4,000 load by myself. We got the miles in. We done touched the freight. 29 million tons of it. We have touched since 2018. We keep pretty good books around here. 29 million tons. That's a lot. 29 million. What is that? 58 million pounds. Shit, me and Devon were running 900 and some thousand every 3 or 4 days on concrete. Uh, and I did that for over almost a year and a half, almost 2 year period of time. Y'all seen me doing that, and we were teaming up. We had 3 truck one time running, and we were doing about 1.3 million pounds every 4 days. Yeah, so when I tell you to like 58 million pounds a ton of freight, I had my hands on strap, chain, pull, did every kind of way you can pull it, snatch it, grab it, drive it, all kind of ways you can shift it, drag it, snatch it, pull it, get up under it, lift it, drop it. Yeah. So I'm gonna do some shit that's substantial for them people that understand it. For them people that get out and have watched these videos and they get ready to chain up some shit, and before they put the hook on the chain, they hear it in the back of their mind and say, hook that shit to the unweld side of the chain. That's who that shit for. Thumbs up if you got that. If you understand where I'm coming from, then hook that on the unweld side chain, that link that chain. You know what I'm saying? It's for them folks. So I don't do stuff, y'all, and we working on it. I ain't been working as diligently as I should have been working on it, but we do have a team of people that we are together working on it. Like I said, that porch talk is coming. Porch talk coming. Porch talk is coming. And you get ready. Porch talk is coming. We for talk some. We ain't gonna, I can't do it. Y'all already tarnished the crap out of the YouTube channel, so we don't care. But we ain't gonna. We will talk. We gonna talk some grown folk talk. We gonna talk some grown folk trucker talk, some grown folk life talk, and talk about some of the bullshit been going on. Talk about that. Y'all done missed a lot. I gotta catch y'all up on some stuff. Y'all missed a whole lot. A lot of shit that happened, man. Good too. Like ain't it all bad. Good stuff to happen too. Weird shit to happen. But hey man, it real. We did it kind of way we can do it. Yeah, man. Shoot, man. Hey, I'm gonna get out of here, man. It's been fun. It was great to see y'all, man. Great interacting with everybody. Bro said them 500 plus video. We almost at 900 now, Carter, man. I don't know if they counting the shorts or what. Last time I checked that shit, we was at about almost 900 video, man. And I'm telling you, boy, it been a nice ride. It's been fun. It's been tiring, but it's been rewarding, and it's been a great distraction. Cause you gotta understand all this stuff, going to work every day, doing all this stuff right here. You try and make some money and all this stuff right here, but it's a great distraction from the wrong stuff you probably could be doing that you got into that might stop doing. So it's a great distraction. It's a great distraction being on the road, and hopefully you can get some time to yourself and be able to just get out there, get close to the Lord, get close to your kid, get close to your wife, get close to yourself. You know what I'm saying? And use that time not to just make some money, but to make some progress in your life. And understand you ain't gonna be able to make all the money. There's gonna be a day coming where you ain't gonna be able to get out there and crank it up and shift them gears and do all this stuff. Your body ain't gonna cooperate with you forever. So you better get what you gonna get. That's why I try and encourage people to maximize their time. It's okay to make $20,000, $30,000 a month if you need to, but you got to create a balance, maximize your time. I always have showed y'all how to do that because I do a lot of these videos from right here. Why I do that? Because I ain't in no truck stop over the weekend. I say it all the time. I don't be in no truck stop over the weekend. Man, my wife don't always be feeling good, and I just know one thing, man, to pay for all this stuff and don't get to enjoy it, then die and risk going to hell would be a damn shame, wouldn't it? So, get try and get a little closer. God, get up in the morning, do your pre-trip and pray. Pre-trip and pray, man. And it ain't gonna hurt nothing. You know what I'm saying? Everybody gotta do a little better though. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, then your day will go a little bit better. It start off a little bit better, end a little bit better. The next day come, you start off a little bit better, end a little bit better. Before you know, you be having some good ass weeks, man. And it ain't gonna even be about the money. You just know you gotta make some smart decisions. You know what I'm saying? The truck make the Ray Carter. Ain't all that bullshit. Yeah, the truck do make the rate, Carter. Truck still make the rate. I've been throwing my damn weight around. I'm leaving out Monday, going back down to Dade City, Florida for 1900 one more time. And we'll come back up out of there again. Last time we come up out of there for we come out of there for 1500. So we were 19 going, 15 coming out, back to the house, which was a good round trip. I'm not complaining, period. And it's like clockwork. Also, FYI, if you're in Florida, with or without ramps, it don't really matter. But if you're in Florida, you're in the Davenport area, man, just be aware that the largest public auction I ever seen in my life being held by Richard Brothers on a piece of land. They got a parcel of land out there. They got this auction on, y'all. I can't even tell you how many acres it is. From the interstate, it looks like a block because that's where you see the crane arms in the air because they got mining equipment and everything, all the way down to shit, man. Baby steamrollers all the way up to gantry cranes and shit that work on skyscrapers. They got it out there. And what's going to happen is as a result of this, and I'm gonna let you know. Ro William, I'm gonna holler at you. I'm gonna let y'all know there will be a resurgence of these rates, man. You gotta understand what that means. In order to hold the biggest auction in history like that, that means you gotta have a lot of inventory. And that's not the only location. When I tell you it's big, it's like six whole city blocks. Big. It's big. Six complete square blocks. It's big. It's the size of a town. It's big. But what that means is they swapping out all these people debts and rolling that shit over into new loans for all these big ass corporations. And they balancing the book and putting that equipment out there and they buying all brand new shit. That mean, yeah, they taking that infrastructure money, they're going for all this solar and all this electric stuff, and they applying it to balance the books. So what that mean? We finna turn up. Stay in it to win it, people. Stay in it to win it. It's a lot of work out here. It's a lot. Don't undervalue your truck. The truck made the rate. I'm out of here, man. Hey, man, I'm gonna holler at y'all. Peace, man. Y'all already know what I say about a hater, ain't it, man? So shit, y'all just keep doing what y'all doing. Keep that thing shine side up, gray side down, and keep that thing between the mayonnaise and mustard. Peace.